guys show. All three of us here tonight.
The
I
boys are
don't know
back
if
in
the
town.
title translates to our lives. Let me flip over here to our. That's not what I was trying to see. Um, Back from an unofficial hiatus. That's what I said. Because we just have. I mean, we haven't even been on here in what, a month,
Has
Feels
it been
like.
that long?
I think
maybe.
this would be a month without it if it
I
was
think
if we
so.
weren't doing it tonight.
So this is like we missed
Yeah. If we,
three times.
I think so.
mhm.
One of them I think you guys did though, didn't you? Didn't
Yep.
you do a short one? Cuz I was literally went out with my wife. We were eating.
I don't
I
think we
think
ever jumped on though.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, okay.
I don't
We
think so.
just
I
sat
think we
here
just
on Riverside for a while.
Okay. But yeah, I was eating supper and I don't know. I think you texted me or something, and I just like glanced at it, didn't look at it, and then Sarah's like, I
And
was
we
like,
were,
man, I got home and I was like, man, I totally spaced on the call tonight, and she's like, well, didn't Darcy text you while we were out? And I was like, oh yeah, he did. That's what he was texting me about. Oops.
we just spoke very disparagingly of you, but we didn't put it on
It
the
doesn't
internet.
even count because you didn't go live and do it.
Dang
It doesn't
it.
even like nobody cares what you guys said in private about me.
I know.
I mean, nobody
No,
cares what you said about me
you don't even
live.
care.
No.
Yeah, literally no one.
Literally no one cares what you guys said if you didn't record it.
Well,
And
I
I don't
know.
remember what we said.
it's probably really bad though. Like
It
really
was so bad. I do remember. I remember thinking, "Dang, I
Yeah.
shouldn't be talking about Dan like that."
shouldn't have been talking like that. Yeah.
You remember
And then
feeling bad afterwards.
Yeah, I felt pretty bad. I couldn't
so
sleep
that's
that
just your
night
own
thinking
that's
about it.
just your own conscience because you probably could have said it right to me and I'd have been like, whatever, dude.
Yep, laid awake in bed all night long that night.
Cried
Oh,
yourself to sleep.
yeah.
Okay, so last week we were down at Montauk State Park during
Never been.
the call, and it's so Darcy. How many canoe trips do you think you've taken, Darcy, on the Current River in your life?
Mm,
I guess you mostly did backpack
I don't
trips,
know.
right?
20,
You
20
think
or
you think you've
30,
done
20,
20? Yeah. Okay.
probably.
Have you been to
Because
Montauk
I,
though?
I, as a camper, I've, mm, Montauk Spring is on the Current, right?
So, well, go ahead and finish your thought there, and then I'll tell you what Montauk Spring is.
Okay,
Because
so
yes,
as a camper, I went on probably 3 or 4 on the Current, and then when I was leading wilderness camp and canoe camp, we would do. I did that for I think 8 years, and so we generally would take the. We would usually take a day trip on the Merrimack, but then I would go on the Current. We did another river once or twice, but that would have been, 8 trips down the Current just for canoe camp. And then also we always would do a pre-trip every spring. So I would have gone like
yeah.
just in those camp years, yeah, probably 20 to 25 times
Okay.
I've been on the Current.
And I know that when Grandpa Bob was still alive, we went to Montauk at least one or two times when he was still spry enough to get around, like
I'm
we as a
pretty sure
family.
I've been to Montauk. Like, it's got that long staircase, right? The long stairs
I don't know.
somewhere.
I don't think so. I didn't notice them.
Is there like a deep, some kind of a deep well, or
You're probably thinking of
what one is it? What?
Merrimack Springs there,
No,
because
I'm fairly familiar with
there's a
that.
pretty big spring at Merrimack Springs.
Well, yeah, but there's a I'm looking up Montauk.
I'm looking it
Well,
up also.
I
I'm gonna actually try to just pull it up. Okay.
So you were at the state park?
I was at the state park. They have a hatchery there, and
Did you fish?
we fished. And after fishing there, we actually were using. By the time it was all said and done, we were using dry flies on our spin casters
Nice.
and wet flies on our spin casters, and just catching fish that way. So like
Why do it that way instead of
the
with
spinners were the like inline spinners just weren't working
okay.
that day. So I had never fished it before. I've been there physically, but when you're fishing it, it's different because it's a little disorienting how the map and everything works at the park. Let's see, Montauk State Park map.
oh man, when I pulled up the Missouri State Park website for Montauk, it says other parks you may enjoy and has Onondaga Cave. I've
Uh-huh.
probably been in that cave, man. In those 8 years, I probably went 4 to 5 times a summer,
Dang.
4 to 6 times a summer to Onondaga Cave.
Okay.
So
I'm going to share the map.
that's pretty fun. Yeah.
Is that
Okay.
okay? Okay. So here's what's super confusing about it is this. The man, I can't get it bigger than that. So you come to the park and keep in mind there's a hatchery, there's a trout fishing area, and then there's the Current River. And I have floated the Current River, I don't know, a dozen times probably in my life. Probably half a dozen to a dozen, somewhere in there. It's
Hmm.
kind of hard to remember because several of the trips were like a whole week of floating. Definitely more than 20 days of floating on the Current. Well, when you
Yeah.
look at the map, if you look at let's see, is my cursor up there on your guys' map?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
This right here is fish zone 1, and it is the fly fishing only down to this like bridge sort of thing, like a little dam type of thing. Okay.
Okay.
And it says on the map, it doesn't say here, this is the Current River. Okay. Well, then you have this over here, which is the spring leg. And, or no, it's I can't even quite describe what this is, but this is like, it's almost like they diverted water to go to the hatchery and then it comes down over here.
Hmm.
And so it's different than Bennett Springs, because Bennett Springs has the river going by and Bennett Springs is here and the whole trout park is all the way up to the river. Right? So it's like a separate thing. It's a tributary of the river and it hits the river. And that's the
Jack's Fork.
Jack's Fork River? Or anyway, I can't remember. You can look it up. Okay. So then this area here, fish zone 3, is like anything fishing, right? All the way out. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, so this is the current river. Okay, this is the current river, and then down to here, and then you go here and you can fish with whatever on all of this section. Okay. This is Pigeon Creek.
Yep.
And this is the spring. And the spring comes down and hits the Pigeon Creek. And at that point, it becomes the current river.
Really?
This is the start of the current river.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And the spring is minuscule compared to the spring at what did I just say?
Merrimack.
At Merrimack, or the spring
Merrimack.
at down at not Montauk,
Bennett.
but Bennett. Okay. The creek is smaller than the Merrimack at camp by a significant amount right here.
Yeah.
And so it was very disorienting until I figured out, until I understood that it was like, I'm thinking like current rivers through here. So somewhere I'm going to see a river and the spring's going to dump into it. And like the current river, you can't float the current here. It's so small.
Yeah.
It's totally weird. And
I wonder how
disorienting.
far down you've got to go before another spring dumps into it. I think a bunch of them dump in pretty quick up there.
I think that there's several springs and several pretty clear watered rivers, both that dump in. And you might, so the other disorienting thing is at the spring, I believe that they have gone in and mechanically diverted some of the spring water over to this other area so that they can run their hatchery stuff. And so it's even smaller here than you would think if you look up the number of million gallons per day. And this whole section of the river can barely be called a river. It's like a stream all the way down to here.
Mm-hmm.
And then after this, both of these sections of the spring dump in, the hatchery section and the river section. And then, you know, out here past the park somewhere, yeah, it, like you're saying, another spring jumps into it and it becomes a floatable river. The whole first day I was disoriented because I kept thinking like, we can't be fishing. Like I must not be understanding this map because
like you're thinking you're somewhere in the middle of the current river.
Yeah, I just assumed that we were somewhere in the middle of the current river.
You're like, the baby part of it.
We're at the baby part of the current river. And so I'm literally
the headwaters.
I'm standing in the headwater of where the current becomes the current on a freaking blazing hot day. And I'm like, me and two other people could almost block the water flow from the spring into creating the river. It's
Have
so.
you been to the start of the Mississippi River?
No. Oh,
It's
well,
very,
wait a minute.
Very big.
I have actually, I think. I have, because it's up in Montana, right?
I think it's Minnesota. Is it Montana or Minnesota? One of them M states.
Oh, you're right, Minnesota. I'm thinking of something else. I'm thinking of
maybe the Missouri.
Wait, what did I just do?
I don't know.
Where are you guys?
Oh no, did you delete us?
I don't know what I did. I didn't pull up anything, did I? On you guys?
No.
No, you're still sharing the
Montauk
State Park. There you are.
Wait, why are we still over here? Nothing on stage yet.
No, you got to put something out there, I guess.
Cancel. Why isn't it coming back down? What did I do?
You broke it.
Hard to say.
I broke it. But anyway, so yeah, we ended up fishing, and Asa and Judah both ordered fly fishing rods after we were there fishing with our spin casters. because they were seeing all these old guys just hammer these fish. These guys had figured out what fly to
with
use.
fly rods.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Fly rod fishing is like feast or famine. If you don't know what the fish are eating, you ain't catching a single fish. You figure out what they're eating, and you can catch all the fish in these trout waters. I'm trying to fix
Did you
the
have a
video,
fly rod
guys.
with you?
No, I didn't even take one.
Do
What
them
video
old
you're trying to
timers, will they
fix?
let you know what they're using, or will they like, nah, I ain't telling you?
They would tell you, but we didn't have fly rods to be able to do, to be able to do it. Dude,
Right.
Darcy, you might have to fix that. I don't know what I did.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Are we on yours? Are we side to side?
Yeah.
Huh. I've got the share window up. Look, here's what I've got.
Yeah, I'm the same way. We're off to the right side on my screen. That's what YouTube looks like also.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix it.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
might
just
have
pulled
to
it
do
up
something.
and it looks
Oh,
like
weird. Okay, so did you stop share? Like if you go down,
Let's pull this back up and say share. And then let's say stop. I hit stop before. Yeah. And it won't leave. Oh, there it went. All right, there you go.
I think I just did that.
You did that.
I just switched the layout. I just
okay.
switched the layout, and I think it just cleared it.
Good work.
So while we were, I'll say this too.
Yeah,
while we
it
were
was
down
that.
there,
That's weird.
we went fishing both mornings until like 12:30 or something. And we went the first day. Sarah was like, yeah, the boys are going to go fishing. We went the first day, or we were going to go both days. And then Sarah was talking to Faith about like, planning the meals and stuff for the day. And I was just kind of like, dude, we'll eat whenever we get back, whatever. And we'll do that both days. And she was kind of appalled a little bit that we were just going to go fishing. They're like, well, when will they get back? And we're like, we don't know when we'll get back. We don't know we don't know when we'll catch our limits or whether we'll
get back when we're finished fishing.
If we catch 16 fish, we'll just come back first thing in the morning. But if we don't, we're going to be there a while.
And then we may just eat those fish.
Yeah. And so we fished and we got back at like 2:00 on the first day or something like that, 1:00. And then the second day, we got back about the same time, and everything was fine. But the second night, Doug and I cooked up a bunch of fish, and
Nice.
I feel like I'm telling you about it, and you were there, but you weren't there. It was Wes and I that were standing
also
out
wasn't
fishing
there.
fish. And we did some in foil. We'll just wrap them up in foil and put seasonings in there with them. They turned out really good. And then we fried a bunch of them and made hush puppies with the fish. And dude, I tell you what, I think the last time that Faith ate fish that was on the bone was when we cooked those trout up that you and I caught like 6 years ago. And Grandma Dykeman had never eaten fresh fish.
No.
In her life.
What?
She's never eaten fresh fish.
She's from
in her
way
life.
closer to the coast than we are. She can't come to Missouri to get fresh fish.
Never eaten fresh fish. I was teaching them how to eat fresh cooked trout. Like right there. And they were like somewhere between like intrigued and completely disgusted by the notion of eating fish off the bone and having those
fish on the
bones
cob.
of the fish on the plate. And I don't know if the disgust and the intrigue was like 51-49 or if it was like 80-20 I really don't know because I think they were trying to be polite. But whenever, so you
Also,
guys have
it is
cooked
good.
up trout, fresh trout. Jimmy, have you cooked up fresh trout
Yes.
like on the bone? And
Oh yeah.
do you leave the heads on them or not?
No.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something. Little secret. There is a
Gotta leave the
piece
head
of
on.
meat. There is a piece of meat
Right,
that
right
is
there.
like a fatty, like if this is the head and you would cut it off here, it's right here in the jaw,
Right there.
Yeah, the cheek.
the cheek. And if you, especially if you fry it, it's on a decent sized trout. It's about a quarter size piece of like it. You could probably not tell it apart from like fried chicken.
Yeah.
And but they were
That's
no,
true
it was
on a
a
lot of different fish. Those
Is
when
it?
you're up, yeah, in Alaska when you're
Oh,
fishing halibut.
yeah, and salmon I guarantee is the same. Yeah.
Yeah, salmon, halibut, same thing. They're like it's the best cut of meat that you can
It
get.
is. But there's no
Yeah,
way to get
didn't
it
you
other
guys
than to
have
just
like a whole bag of cheeks
I got a whole
when
bag of
after you went
halibut
fishing
cheeks.
last time?
Yeah,
because they're big enough to actually fillet out on
yeah,
a
because
halibut.
they're
Yeah.
2 to 3 inches and
Yeah.
maybe half-inch thick
So like little fillet of halibut.
of cheek. Yeah,
So, and the other thing I was trying to explain to them about filleting a trout that's only like this long, a rainbow trout that's only like this long in a pound is, you're still going to have that little Y bone going all the way through it, because it's not like a bass just has a rib cage and a spine, and there's no like other bone structure going in it. So you're going to end up with bones in a trout if you try to fillet it, and you're going to lose so much of the meat.
right.
But I think that the disgust was a little heavier than the intrigue, because they sent the rest of them to Wes and Esther's house, the rest of them that we didn't pick up. And I was like, yeah. And Sarah said that she was pretty sure. So you know my mother-in-law, right, Jimmy?
I've met her a time or two.
She might be watching the podcast right now. Who knows?
Sure.
But she cooks, like she's cooked
I don't think anybody's watching it.
tens of thousands of meals, like
Right.
as a camp cook, like hundreds of thousands, I would say. But I don't think Sarah's like, I don't think she's ever like butchered a chicken or like taken like a cut of meat and taken it down from like, I don't know, what would be like a cut of meat you would turn into steaks, like you'd buy the whole cut and then just make your steaks at like a butcher, like any kind of like a loin that you would then turn into steaks. Like it's always been like the meats and stuff that she's always gotten for all of her cooking has always been like 90% of the way processed is the way I would think of it almost. Right. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of a weird thought, because she was like kind of disgusted by the fact that we were having to like clean the fish and that we were having to like cut their heads off and stuff like that. So, a new cultural experience for my mother-in-law, I guess.
Good for her.
You get them steps finished up to the basement?
No, we looked at them again.
I don't know if I'm ever going to have to go down and install that chairlift.
I don't think that chairlift is getting installed.
I
I don't think that's happening, Darcy. Is it Jimmy's chairlift that's down there?
Stairs to the basement?
Mm-mm.
Do what?
What?
No stairs to the basement?
Yeah, there's stairs, but they're just the 2x10s from construction.
Yeah.
And they just haven't ever been like finished.
I think
They're
we put in the
close.
stairs when we framed it, didn't we?
Maybe.
Actually, I think he has actually
I
upgraded them
think.
a little bit because
Yeah,
put
I
in
think he's got.
we wanted to put in 2x10s and he had 2x6s and he just put in 2x6s and had those there for years and years. And
Okay.
now I think it's been upgraded to like 1 inch full grain 1 inch, like a stair tread,
hmm
and then he's going to add a nosing piece on the front of it,
Yeah.
which I don't know. I don't know why he decided to do that the way he decided to do it. I think that he thinks that we told him to do it the way he's doing it, but
Mm.
I did not. I did not tell him to do it the way he's doing it.
Maybe you did. Maybe you just don't remember.
The way it's set up is maybe how he understood what I was saying, but it wasn't what I said to do. So, I would not have had him do all this extra work that he's doing. But anyway, what's up with you guys? I just talked for 20 minutes.
I don't know. Been working a lot. Finished up a project today. That was good. In the salon.
What were you working on?
Getting a room ready for a new client, our new whatever you call them, the renter. So I had to redo a wall and texture it. It was all knocked down, so I had to sheetrock, mud, tape, texture, put in some cabinets, hook up a sink, countertop, trim, paint, all that stuff. I've been working on it
Whole deal.
off and on for the last couple of weeks.
Nice.
Have you already been up north for the summer?
Well, kind of. We went up there early. We went up there. When was that? May.
Okay.
For the wedding?
Yeah, for a wedding, and then turned it into our kind of northern Minnesota, Wisconsin trip. So yeah, we've already kind of done that.
Okay.
Heath,
When-
they got a new house, and so we got to see that. It's on Lake Superior. Pretty cool.
Wait, where was his old house? I thought his old house was on Lake Superior.
It was on Lake Sisabagama,
Oh. Okay.
which
Is
is
the
in
new one
like,
as nice as the old one?
it's quite a bit
Wasn't the
nicer.
old one pretty cool?
The old one
Quite a
was
bit
pretty
nicer.
nice. This one's quite a bit nicer.
You might be two back, Dan, because he was on Superior.
He
way
was
back.
overlooking. Yeah, like you go back like 10 years ago, he was living on a hill.
3 houses
overlooking
ago.
Superior.
Okay.
And it was like a log, like a timber frame home.
Uh-huh.
Pretty darn cool with a Lake Superior view, but a few miles from Lake Superior.
Oh, okay.
And then they moved into central Wisconsin on Lake Sisabagama, and now they're on back to Lake Superior, but like on Lake Superior. Their house is like 40 feet from Lake Superior.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah, their yard is Lake Superior. It's pretty darn sweet. They're actually up in Alaska right now with Jeremy.
Okay.
Yeah.
On Lake Atlantic Ocean.
Yes, on the Gulf of Alaska.
On the
Gulf of Alaska.
Okay, the Gulf of Alaska.
That's actually what it's called, where Jeremy's house is.
Sorry, I'm responding to somebody.
Could also be referred to as the Gulf of America.
It probably is.
It's the other Gulf
Because
of
Alaska
America.
is America. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gulf
Oh,
of
the
America
Gulf of
West.
America.
It could be called Gulf of Russia, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Nah, we ain't gonna do
I don't
that.
know. I don't know if that's. I don't know if that's a good idea.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, Jeremy's house is on the Kenai Peninsula in the Gulf of Alaska.
Has it been
I
renting
was
out
just
pretty
talking
good?
to
Or
a friend.
you were talking to a friend? Go ahead.
Well, I'm changing subject, kind of.
Okay.
You can ask your question.
Has it been renting out pretty good? Do you know?
Yes, it rents out very well in the warm time of the year, and
Okay.
marginally okay in the cold time of year.
Is it warm time right now, or is it like in the mid?
It's warm.
warm.
Yeah,
Warm now.
it's like warm, like mid 60s. That's about as
Okay.
warm as it gets there.
Okay.
Mid 60s to sometimes mid 70s, depending on the sun, the
Yeah.
clouds.
But even the winter, it still rents out some.
Yes, and usually it's just like local, like people that live in Anchorage, and they just
Mhm.
want like a weekend getaway type of thing,
Yeah.
and they'll drive over there.
Yeah. And they keep the roads cleared enough all the way back to it.
Well, surprisingly, Homer doesn't get a whole bunch of snow.
Oh. Okay. Just because it's right on the Gulf of America.
It's because of the way it's situated in the with the ocean and the winds and something. I don't know. They just don't get a ton of snow.
Yeah.
Down by the water. Up in the mountains, they obviously do.
Yeah. It's a little bit that way with I have some friends that live over out in Montana, and if you're on the Pacific coast side of the mountain range, like if you're in like Kalispell, you think of Montana as being like pretty wintry in the winter, but on the Kalispell side, it's really not like it's pretty temperate on that side of
It's
the
more
mountains.
Seattle-y.
Maybe more Seattle-y a little bit. There's definitely a lot of rain. It rains like I don't know, it rains feels like daily over there in Kalispell. But kind of like that western mountain granite, it's not like muddy all the time. There's hardly any real soil like we think of as soil. But, okay, you were saying, Darcy, before I rudely uninterrupted you.
Jimmy mentioned the Kenai Peninsula, and I was talking to a friend the other day who is from Anchorage and was saying that they were down on the Kenai Peninsula one time. So they're from Anchorage, but they had friends or family in Homer. They were out there visiting and borrowed a van and drove it. Their friend was driving, drove it out onto the beach and buried it.
No.
And the tide was out. It was low tide. And so then this van is just out in the ocean, but the tide's out. And so he said it was a very, very stressful afternoon trying to get that thing
Before
unstuck.
the tide came back.
And
yeah.
before the tide came back in, and they just actually like lost someone else's vehicle.
Yeah.
Dude,
do
the
they
tides
get
out
something?
there?
They got it out though.
The tides are insane. I mean,
So-
I've never seen anything like it. Like the tides will go out.
He said, thankfully, that day it was a slow tide.
Man, the tide will go out, and you can't see water for miles.
Yeah.
And then when it comes back in, it's right there where you are.
the ocean is there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they
It-
knew
it's
that.
just- you can't even like. Where does all this water go?
Yeah.
To the other side of the
They
planet.
knew that, but they
Not a flat Earth, Jimmy. It's not a
Well,
flat
I know,
Earth.
but it's so quick. Like you can watch it leave and watch it come back, and it like I think at its height or at its peak, it will fluctuate like 26 feet in 12 hours.
Hmm.
That's so much water.
That doesn't even make sense. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like I'm always looking at my house, like on Google Earth, and it's like your house is 964 feet above sea level, and it's always the same. Always,
does
every.
You think they
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when I check it. It's always the same.
It doesn't even move, huh?
Doesn't move at all.
somebody's lying. Somebody's lying to you.
Somebody's got something going on here. Tell you what,
Not good.
It's a conspiracy.
conspiracy right there. I could look right now.
Yeah. The
It'd
tides
say
are an
the same
illusion.
thing. They're an illusion.
I think those flat earthers.
Oh man.
Hey, do you want to see a video I shot of myself? I feel like Uncle Rico doing it, but I'm gonna show
Oh,
you
yeah.
a
Yeah, yeah.
video.
We do.
Let's see.
You're throwing a football?
Share. Throwing a football, yeah. Here we go. You ready for this?
Maybe.
You got to watch carefully. Can you see that clearly?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Heck yeah. How close to the camera was it?
Pretty close. Pretty close. Let's see. I've got another one, I think, that's a little closer.
That's pretty
That's
close.
pretty similar. I've been trying to figure out if I flinch. I don't know. Did it even go off that time? I don't even see it.
If you're trying to figure out if
It was
you're
earlier.
flinching, why do you have the camera so far away from you?
I'm trying to see the arrow flight. Here's the crazy thing about that arrow. What do you not see on it?
Fletching.
There's no fletching on it.
Why?
Because I'm trying to bear shaft tune the arrows. These all have fletchings on them. I'm trying to bear shaft tune, and I'm also trying to see if I flinch on my shot. It's kind of hard to tell if you flinch, you know.
Maybe your head looks pretty stable there.
Grief. I guess that's really early into the shot. You're not supposed to punch the trigger, right? It's pretty stable.
I'd say stable enough.
Mm-hmm. Stable enough to not shoot your camera.
Those are some nice shelves you got there in the background.
Yeah. Yep, those are old Grandpa Dykeman shelves they got out of the Christian bookstore in someplace. I don't remember where. Do you remember where, Darcy?
No.
Probably York, Pennsylvania, I would guess. Wait, I need to
Probably.
stop sharing. It did it again. It just left it up on mine.
It's stuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do that
here.
again. Do what you did again.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Nope. Yep.
There you go. That's closer.
So
Yeah,
what do I gotta do to go get that bow?
Well, you can do it whenever. I haven't heard that mine was there yet, and I've got to go away next week. In fact, I would go up there some night with you and get yours if you wanted to. Just, go.
Did you get your
have them
boys?
set you up. I got the boys set up. Yeah. Yeah, they're good. Theirs are nice. Let me see. I'll show you them shooting, maybe. Oh, it's kind of dark. Judah was shooting.
I was talking to one of Darcy's friends at church on Sunday about shooting a bow,
Uh-huh.
and I think
My friend, who is one of the newest employees of the North Kansas City School District,
well that, but I'm pretty
that
sure
that
he
friend,
thought I was talking to Darcy when I was talking to him.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I think you did.
If you were to buy one of the Bear ones, this is basically the bow you'd be getting right here.
Okay.
I mean, I think I've shot it a few times. I think they're pretty sweet.
Heck yeah. I was at Shields last week and I was looking at the bows. There was
There,
one that I
mine's
really liked.
stuck
It
that
was
way
like
again.
it's like
Do it again,
$3,000
Darce.
or something.
Yeah, you're gonna spend 3,000. You should get like a Matthews
Yeah, it was a
Arc
Matthews.
30
It
or
looked real
something.
nice. And it was the
Yeah.
full deal. It had everything you'd ever want.
So here's my like. I like Matthews. I think they're pretty cool bows. Real nice. They're probably like. They're definitely one of the top 3 like hunting bows, right? They're probably one of the top 5 competition bows, I would guess. Like they obviously make different ones. Um, they have all these integrated features. So like they have integrated sights, and not even to get into like what that means as far as how it comes off of the bow, but like their stabilizers are integrated, their sights are integrated or can be integrated, and the whole package just looks and feels awesome when it's all set up. But if you buy a Matthews bow and you buy a Matthews integrated stabilizer, you're going to spend $290 on that stabilizer bar. You can get a stabilizer bar for like $100
Mm.
for every other bow. And you can buy a $200 stabilizer for a Matthews. But because it has the ports in it for integration, it looks kind of dumb to have other stuff on that bow. And so like you spend about maybe a couple $100 more on the bow, but you spend like $200 more on each of the accessories for the Matthews bow after you have the bow.
Yep.
And that part, I'm like, dude, guys, come on. Like,
What's his name from Darton? How many times in that interview did he say fit over function? He's like, unfortunately, the archery industry right now is fit over function. Fit over function. Everybody got to have matching camo and matching.
right. Well,
He
you
said,
can
I mean,
tell
how many times do you say it? A lot.
a lot. You can tell with him that he's like
So that's
wanting
driving that.
he's wanting to sell a bow to every guy, to a guy that wants to be able to afford the high quality bow, but not like I'm still gonna spend $2,500 on my bow, like even not getting all the Matthews stuff. But Matthews would get another 500 to 1,000 out of me if I was gonna go Matthews for the same function, all the same features, because they sell a Hamskea Matthews sight that is Matthews, that is an extra $200, and they sell a Matthews stabilizer that's an extra $200, and they sell just you name it, they have a Matthews version of it. And they are kind of, did he say it in that interview or do I hear it a lot in other interviews? Matthews is a advertising company that makes bows. They are really good.
No, he didn't say that.
They are really good at advertising, like incredibly good. So I think since nobody watches our podcast, if you have time to indulge me in a story, I think I talked about the bow place that I was gonna buy the bow from at one point with you guys, and the guy just rubs me
Affliction.
wrong. Affliction Archery, yeah. So the guy rubs me wrong, and I'm just like, I'm not going to get in an argument with some dude at a bow shop, but I'm just going to leave and not have
Because
anything to do with him.
you want to buy a specific bow, and he's like, only an idiot would buy that one.
Basically, yeah. And so,
Did you tell
and
him
I
you
was
were an idiot?
I was calling him to buy it. And whenever he told me his spiel, I was like, nope, I'm going to go buy one at Shields, or I'm going to go see if B&B has them, or I'm going to go up to Rogers. I'm not buying one from this guy. I'm not taking it to him for service. I'm not doing it. So I go over the weekend down to Branson for a basketball trip for ASA. And it's a local basketball team, but it's this like sort of like occasional travel situation. ASA played in 7 or 8 basketball games in 2 days.
Dang.
He was beat when he was all said and done.
No
Because he
kidding.
played, he's like one of the mid players. He's like not fully he's on the JV team as one of the starters, but he also plays on the varsity team at their school. And so as a freshman, he's coming in and he's playing all the games. More minutes in the JV games than in the varsity games. But anyway, okay. So I'm talking to one of the other dads and I'm showing him my pictures of my house. And I just happened to say, yeah, we got it all set up. And I like panned over to a picture of my archery range off of my porch. And he's like, oh, I just got a bow. I was like, oh yeah, what'd you get? He's like, yeah, I got a Matthews Arc 33, 80 pound. And he bought it at Affliction. And I was like, oh, okay. He's like, dude, worst experience of my life.
Oh no.
I was like, what's the deal? He's like, well, I'm right-handed, but I'm left eye dominant. I had never shot a bow at all. And he set me up with a right-handed Arc 33 and 80 pounds. And I shot it like 20 times and it just didn't seem right. And I took it back to him. He's like, oh, well, we're going to have to call Matthews about this because there was some little thing that was wrong with it. Okay. And he's like, okay, well, I don't actually want this bow. I want a left-handed bow. And the guy at Addiction, whatever, we'll keep calling it Affliction because then we're not dropping a name of the place. Okay.
Okay.
For our listener.
We'll keep calling
well,
Addiction Archery in Harrisonville Affliction.
Yeah, we'll keep calling Archery in Harrisonville Affliction Archery. So for the record, for the AI to track, and if my archery range ever has a partnership with them, he can see why things are rocky. Yeah, he can go back and look at the record. So anyway, so this guy that I'm talking to, he's like, dude, I never have even been able to like close my left eye and look out of my right eye. My left eye is like practically useless. And so he was trying to shoot a right-handed bow and he was like putting an eye patch on to try to strengthen his right eye. And he's just like, this isn't working. So he takes it back to the guy and the dude's like, well, I mean, I can try to get it sold for you, but I mean, you're probably going to only get like maybe 1,800 out of the whole thing, everything on it. And he's like, dude, I just paid you $3,200 for this setup. And he's like, yeah, but I mean, it's a used bow now, And he's like, dude, no, you got to take care of me better than this because I need a left-handed bow. And he's like, only 3% of archers are left-handed. How am I supposed to know that you need a left? And he's like, dude, I don't know anything about archery. And when I came in here, I told you I was left eye dominant and you still set me up with a right-handed bow. And I'm like, that's because he doesn't want to accommodate anyone on anything. He probably also hates the fact that you wanted an 80-pounder. And like, this guy is like probably somewhere between Darcy and mine's size and stature. The guy can pull an 80-pound bow, like, especially with how 80-pound bows pull now. So anyway, he goes back and forth with the guy, and the guy's like, well, I'll try to get you more than that for it, and I'll order the other one, but no promises, kind of a thing, or something like that. So then he calls him like a month later, and he's like, man, I got that bow off the rack to try to, put these parts on it or whatever, fix whatever was wrong with it. I don't remember what he said. He's like, and that bottom cam is bent. You bent the bottom cam.
Oh,
And
no.
he's like, no, I brought it to you a month ago. It was in perfect shape. I stood there with your tech. He would have seen it. He's like, no, this thing's busted. I'm going to contact Matthews, but you're going to have to buy a new cam for it. I mean, this thing's definitely not going to get you, like, basically like a repaired bow isn't going to get you good money. And I don't know all of the details of the conversation, but this guy was like ticked at the bow shop guy. And then he's like, so I'm like, dude, you gotta fix this. I brought it to you in good condition. It wasn't banged up. Like, something happened to it at the shop, bro. So he comes back in. The guy's already sold his sight and already sold his rest. It's just a bare bow sitting there. And he's like, well, what's going on with this thing? And he's like, okay, I'm going to just tell you the truth, man. He's like, I'm going to tell you the truth here. I was maybe bad mouthing you to some people, and, they kind of let me know like who you are. And
Oh, no.
like, he's like, so if the word gets around to you, like, I get it. I'm sorry. I'm apologizing right now. Like, I didn't know that you were like somebody in like that. And they told me, they were like, you don't want to be bad talking Jeremy because he works with the sheriff's department. And like, if you get on his bad side, his family's been around here a long time. And like, he's like, so like, just because of who you are, I'm going to fix this. I'm going to get you the other bow, and I'm going to fix this, and it's going to be fine. I'm going to make you whole on this whole deal. And I'm like, dude, that is the exact kind of bullshit that I would have thought would have happened with this guy. If there was any problems, he would have. I was like, I don't know. Like, you can just sense that somebody's gonna like be like that. And like, what kind of a person admits straight up to your face? You know what I mean? Like, come on.
That's pretty funny, though.
Meanwhile,
A person
you
who's
ordered a bow from
scared.
somewhere else and still don't have it.
Yeah. Well, they wouldn't have had it either, because he wouldn't have ordered it until I paid in full to start with.
Yeah.
So, and the thing about my bow that I ordered is the Dartons they have about 1/3 of the manufacturing facilities that Bowtech or Hoyt, which is what Darcy shoots, or Matthews have. Like, they are small these days compared to these other companies. So the fact that they like took off this year is a little bit too much for Darton, just because of their ability to manufacture. But dude, can you imagine, how would you feel, Darcy, if you had a problem and then somebody was like, okay, Darcy, here's the thing. I was told who you work for. And because of that, and because I don't want any trouble, I'm going to fix this. Not because I have enough sense to just
It's the right thing to do.
Just do the right thing, but because I heard that you work for somebody that's like has some clout.
Yeah.
That is the
Yep.
dickest move that I've ever heard of.
Yeah, it's not good.
And even if that was why you were fixing it, Why would you be so unaware
Admit to it.
to admit to it?
Yeah, he sounds like a guy I don't want to do business with.
Yeah.
No. Oh my gosh. No way.
So if you're in Kansas City area,
If you're in
go to
Kansas City area,
B&B.
go to B&B, get set up.
Or
I sent
if you're up north, go to Rogers.
go to Rogers.
Rogers is good.
Yeah. I sent my neighbor up there to B&B, and he got his son a Bowtech. He was looking at the bears, but they didn't go. The draw length they could shrink down low enough, but they could only go down to 40 pounds on the bear, and he couldn't comfortably get the 40 pounds back, and so they put him in a Bowtech that goes down. They have a Bowtech that goes from 7 pounds to 70 pounds, and is adjustable, like a massive adjustment
From
in draw.
7 to 70.
7 to 70 pounds.
Dang.
And I think they put him. I think they put Daniel, the neighbor's kid, at like 25 or 30. I pulled it and I was like, it's probably at 30 or something like that. The cams.
What's
on
max
this thing,
range on a 7-pound bow? 15
uh,
feet?
It's not very far. Not very far at all. But it's a starting point, and it's one of those grow with me kind of bows. You can adjust the draw length over time to where you can get to a full. You can go from nothing to a full like draw length over the course of, going from 10 to like 18. So you would never have to buy. That's the advantage of them. You'd never have to buy another bow, and then you could get to full grown, full draw length, and then you could get into like a full, like a Hoyt or another Bowtech or something like that.
That's cool.
It's a great bow to make, because if you shoot a Bowtech from 10 years old to 18 years old, you know what you're going to buy next? Like
another Bowtech.
Guaranteed. You're going to buy another Bowtech.
A Darton.
Bear does the same thing. They have a grow with me bow that is like a youth to adult bow. Guaranteed that kid buys his first real full size bow is going to be another Bear. So, it's a good thing to have. But yeah,
where
you want to go
on your archery range?
Mine? They leased the building. They leased the building out that I was wanting to get. But I don't think that that's like the worst thing ever. I was actually listening to a podcast with the president of Bowtech, and he has a shooting club in Texas somewhere, Denton or Houston or something like that. That's like a 24-hour access if you pay for your deal.
I bet Nate's
membership. Do what? Nate?
If it's in Denton.
Yeah, he's probably part of that.
That would scare me so much. I'm not going to lie. I'm not scared of a lot of things, but blind guys with weapons, I'm scared of.
That's something that you should be scared of.
Like the unpredictability of that. I think that there's enough classes. There are so many classes of bow of shooters in archery. I bet he could actually like win something if he competed. Like,
I'll mention it to him.
Think about it. Like,
you should.
They've got bare bow classes, like where you shoot a compound with no sights. They have bare bow, recurve, bare bow longbow, like all of these different classes where you can win a national title, and it is possible for you to win a national title without competing against anyone. There are so many classes of archery. So I guarantee there's like blind guy, with a bow with no sights. Amputee class of archer. Like,
and there's
guaranteed.
All right. I'm gonna put the bug in his ear.
Dude, did we talk about the podcast Elephant in the Room on a live ever?
I don't remember if we talked about it live. I think maybe we talked about it off air.
Did we talk about it privately?
Yeah.
We can't talk about it, can we?
Yeah, we did.
Live.
He might listen.
He might be our listener. He can't see my face right now, that's for sure. Oh. I cracked my rib.
Your ribs
My
ribs acting up from falling.
Oh, my ribs from falling 9 months ago. Oh.
That's a good one, Dan.
Although when you can't see, does your AI watch the video and tell you what the reactions of the people in the video look like? Is the AI
Maybe.
like, man belly laughing until his ribs hurt?
Maybe.
Ah, man. Okay, we don't have to talk about it live. It's fine.
Moving on.
Moving on.
About shooting a bow while bull riding.
If you guys are
Horseback. There's horseback
heck yeah.
archery.
Oh.
Every once in a while, and it seems like it's all girls that do it.
Yeah.
I'll like get in somehow the reels will start feeding me these horseback archery clips. Pretty cool.
Shoot, I lost you guys again.
Let me know if you're gonna go down there to B&B at some point. I might tag along.
Okay. I might probably text him tomorrow because if it doesn't come in tomorrow or Thursday, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it before I leave. But I could go. What do you have going on, Jimmy, in the evenings? We could set it up where you could go this week and we could get you set up.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of just depends on the day. I'm just pulling up my calendar. I could maybe do Thursday evening.
Yeah, if you can do Thursday, what about you, Darcy? You want to go up there?
I cannot. But don't not go because I can't.
Okay. I'll
I
text
can't go
him and
Thursday.
see.
I basically would only be able to go maybe Friday. I can't remember.
Right.
I can't go Friday.
Okay. I'll see if Thursday would work, and that'll be.
What about like Saturday?
I've got to get ready for this trip. The later in the week I get, I'm starting to need to get ready for this heading out west deal.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I think Thursday. How late does Guy stay open?
Yeah, I think 7 maybe, something like that.
Okay.
I'd have to check. If we were like, hey, we're gonna come in, we want to get set up, they'd stay a little bit late to get you set up. I'm sure. He's pretty easy. He wants to sell bows, so you know.
Yeah.
I think they would probably, assuming that his tech that does all the tie-ins and stuff could do it. I will say this, that the initial setup, since you haven't shot, isn't gonna be like tuned up like money. They basically just set you up basic, you go shoot 500 shots or something, and then when you need things tweaked, they'll tweak it for you. But I've already kind of tweaked like Ace's peep sight around, and once it's ready, I'll probably tie in his peep sight with a good, solid tie-in, where they just kind of tied it in about where they thought it should go, and they didn't get too like crazy about like really, like I was able to move his peep without putting it in a press or anything like that.
Oh, nice.
I also got a fletching jig this week, and
Nice.
I ordered an arrow cutter. It's like a little saw that can cut all your arrows to the same length. It has like a slide, and you set it up and put the nock in and just zip them off. And it has, and then a tester for straight. Did you, when you were a kid, did you guys take the arrows and like you wanted to see if your arrow was still straight? You just take 2 arrows and just like run it down the arrow like that, back and forth? Darcy, you know what I'm talking about?
Arrows when I was
No.
a kid.
I know. I've seen you do it.
See if the broadhead is spinning straight. So I got a actual one of those, and it has a little sander so you can sand the end of the arrows. And I ordered a bunch of, I ordered 100 mini saber fletchings. They're all the same color, but I'm kind of curious if you have arrows that the fletchings are jacked up on. You should bring them over, and we'll put mini saber vanes on them and see if you like them any better. They're kind of cool.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull them up and pull a mini saber up and show you if I can. The reason that they're called a mini saber is because of the way that they are. Let's see, mini saber. Oh. I think I might have ordered these. Let's go back over here and go share. I'm going to mess up our thing again.
It's okay.
Did it come up? I can't tell.
Yep. I see it.
Yeah.
So the guy who developed these tested like 100 or 150 different vane profiles. And I don't know if he 3D prints them now, but he was 3D printing them originally. And the design turned out that it looks like something saber from like a Vietnam era tail of a plane. I forget what plane it is. And so that's why he called them the mini sabers. But they're supposed to be for broadheads, really good stabilizing broadhead vane. And I ordered like 100 of them the other day. And I don't even have that many arrows, so I don't know why I ordered 100. But I did already refletch like 6 arrows, which 6 arrows refletched is like saving $60. Nice. So I'm like a third of the way to paying for my fletching jig as we speak.
Nice. Sounds good. My dad's probably still got a fletching jig hanging out somewhere.
Does he? Dude,
Sure,
I bet he has because I was thinking about getting the like classic one. Let me think. Where'd those mini sabers go? Where are they? What is the classic? Does it have a super weird name? The Fletching jig?
I don't know.
Let's see.
Bitzenberger.
Bitzenberger. Is it a Bitzenberger?
Yeah.
Because that was actually the other, like, they're still one of the most popular fletching jigs, but
Oh yeah.
I did not buy a Bitzenberger. I bought a Phoenix. I think they're pretty sweet looking.
Darcy, is your dad still shooting his bow?
Doubt it.
No.
I thought he sold his bow.
He probably wants to. I don't think so.
No. Did he sell that one you used to shoot, though?
Probably. Or loaned it out to somebody.
Never got it back.
Well, I really don't know. What happened to that one?
What was that one called? Do you remember?
What? The bow that I borrowed? Yeah, it was a
Reflex?
Yeah. Reflex. I can't remember the model.
I saw one of them the other day, dude. It was a Reflex.
My brother still has one.
A Reflex?
Mm-hmm.
Because didn't it have the bar to where, like, if you were left-handed, you couldn't shoot a right-handed bow at all? Like your Hoyt?
I don't think his did. I can't remember if it did or not. It had the it had all the cutouts in the riser were like deer hoof print.
Deer
shaped.
hooves, yeah.
Nice.
Man, I know I saw one the other day on Facebook Marketplace, but I don't see them. I don't see it now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's a bunch of bows on there now because people are getting ready to do deer season and they've gone and bought their new bow and they're trying to get rid of their old ones.
It looks like a bunch of those reflex bows do have that bar behind the grip.
Yeah.
I sold a toilet on Facebook Marketplace today.
That's gross.
Today?
Yeah.
Was it used?
Yeah, very.
Gross. What in the world?
You don't use used toilets, Dan?
No.
Yeah. Like a single use kind of a guy.
I mean,
every day he replaces the toilets in his house.
I don't know. I don't know. I guess it's whatever, dude, but
this guy claims that he flips houses, and so
the guy that bought the toilet from you,
he would rather spend $20 on a used toilet than $100 on a new toilet.
I'm not about that life, dude. I'm just not. No. Are you? Would you do that for a?
I've never done that. No, I just go to the store and buy a new one.
Here's my thing with stuff like that. The effort has got to be worth something, doesn't it?
Yep.
The effort of just like if let's say that there's an American Standard toilet at Home Depot and I'm at Home Depot And it's the same toilet, but it's $20 more expensive at Home Depot than at Menards. You know where I'm buying the toilet?
Home Depot.
Right, because that's where I am.
Yep.
I don't know.
Well, and like, let's say you buy this used toilet and you get it all hooked up. Well, now the fill valve doesn't work, so you got to put $10 to a fill valve, and well, now the flapper needs to be replaced. Well, there's another $5. Like, next thing you know, you've got $50 in this toilet. You could have just spent $100 and made one trip to the store and been done with it. And now you've wasted a whole bunch of time driving around, picking up the toilet, picking up parts.
Dude, whenever we were talking about that toilet that I bought, where two of them, the bolts would never seal on the tank.
Yep.
I didn't want to I didn't want to use the effort to go pull the toilet and take it back. So I went and bought new bolt and washer kits for brand new toilets that I could have taken back and paid $0 for the replacement toilet. But to me, the trip wasn't the problem. It was the tearing a toilet out and hauling it back to them. Unfortunately, one of the two never would seal. And I still ended up taking the toilet back, and I was not happy. Like, I was like,
I will never buy those Titan toilets ever again in my life.
I don't want to either. I thought they were supposed to be really good toilets.
I think they are supposed to be really good.
They're not cheap. They're not like.
No, it's like $250.
Yeah, they were a lot.
I just recently purchased a Kohler Fairline or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's $199, and I like it.
Mm-hmm. Is it a single piece?
No,
or is it a
two
piece? After that experience of having two tanks that just would not seal,
you're going single piece?
I'm thinking about it, but it's like another $100 on average to go single piece. But
Jeremy went single toilet in all of his house.
I think like it's worth something to just have the peace of mind that there's really nothing that can leak on it unless you crack it.
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah. So, but here's the other side of it. You went to the effort of listing it for $20. Because why? Like, what's your like? Why didn't you throw it in the dumpster?
Because I thought I could take a picture and let AI make a listing for me. And then some guy texts me and says, "Hey, can I come get that thing?" And I say, "Sure." And then he shows up and he loads it into his truck and hands me a $20 bill.
So 5 minutes of effort, and he hauled it for you instead of you having to haul it to the dumpster.
Yeah.
It's fair. It's a fair point. I'll give you that.
It took very little effort on my part to get that $20.
Yeah.
I listed a bunk bed on Facebook Marketplace the other day, and I have had 0 interest. I don't know what's going on with that.
You need to raise the price and then lower the price every day, and it like regenerates the post.
Okay.
That's what I did. I just moved the price around all the time, and I kept getting hits right after I changed the price. Within minutes, I would get a hit. What if
there's a chance that I just priced it too low. I find that you can underprice things, and then a person's going to go, so this is an IKEA bed. It's currently for sale at IKEA for $299, and I listed it for $100. So potentially somebody's going to be like, that's a $300 bed for $100. Something must be wrong with it. Something must be broke. or it must be missing something or whatever. So yeah, potentially even just raising the price will get somebody to like consider it.
Yep.
Dan, you need a bunk bed?
I don't. Can I read you something though? Because this
Sure.
is me being like more informed and back on the other subject. I just read this. Reflex was a budget-friendly
Oh.
compound bow brand owned and operated by Hoyt to compete with big box retail markets such as Bass Pro Shops against cheaper, low-quality package bows. The origin was that Reflex served as Hoyt's entry-level line, often utilizing last year's Hoyt technology or components like the magnetic riser to offer high value at low price points. Discontinuation. Hoyt discontinued the Reflex brand around 2010. The company replaced it with new magnesium riser models like the Powerhawk and Turbohawk, which allowed them to maintain low prices points without using the Reflex name. So it never was really not part of Hoyt, according to the interweb.
Mm-mm.
It was always just a Hoyt, which makes sense because selling a 2025 bow in 26 is like very difficult for a bow company, even if the technology for 26 is like the same.
Mm-hmm.
They have to do a 1 year cycle on all of their technology because people want to buy. Some people want to buy a new bow every year.
Yeah.
But
Have you,
anyway, that was the internet's version of the story.
Makes sense.
Have what?
I like it. I walked into Cabela's today or Bass Pro today and saw they're selling, and I just looked it up, and apparently it's essentially just a house brand. Blackout. Have you been seeing any of that?
Mm-mm. What is
Cheap.
it?
I mean, it's got all sorts of
Cabela's
stuff. They
Blackout?
got bows. Yeah. Well, Cabela's is gone, but
Oh, Bass Pro.
Bass Pro. They had a T-handle release that was that brand that looked very similar to other releases for $80.
Okay.
They got the bag targets like ours, but a little bit bigger for $40. It's like a super budget. Okay, so somebody on the internet says that they're made by Bowtech.
Really?
I don't know. There's
I'm trying to find.
some are made by Bowtech. Another guy says he thinks some of them are made by Bear.
I'm going to send you a link to something, Darcy. I'm going to share this with Darcy. It's a group, it's a Facebook group that I joined, and you should look at it and maybe get a release off of here.
Okay.
Because like first post down 2 hours ago, Stan Onyx Resistance M Solex, $200. It's a Facebook group, releases only. They just share releases that they're selling, because apparently there's a bunch of people that are like really into different releases, like,
Dude.
and buy them all the time and try different ones. And
Yeah.
they sell them pretty cheap. They sell them for like a lot of times like half price of what they would be, or like 2/3 the price. Oh, am I locked up?
Hmm?
I shared it with you on Facebook, but
Okay.
something that you should look into is this guy that does Shot IQ is what his program is called, and he seems pretty knowledgeable about archery, but he basically is. It doesn't seem like with his program he's really either a closed loop or open loop shooting coach. Do you know what I mean by that? Closed loop or open loop?
I don't think so.
Okay, so when you're shooting, I don't know which one is which, so I'm just going to admit that right off the bat. But imagine that you're shooting and you have your bow drawn back, and this is you're going to use your trigger finger release. You're on target,
Okay.
and you're moving around, right? You're moving around, and every
Mm-hmm.
once in a while your pin is on the target, because that's kind of how archery is. Every once in a while you're on the target, and you decide that the way that you're going to do it is when it's on target, you're going to punch the trigger. Like you're going to pull the trigger off when it's on. You are making a decision in that moment to fire the trigger.
Mm-hmm.
And when your brain says, I am going to be on target and I'm going to fire the trigger, you brace for impact, because a bow shot is kind of a violent event, right? You think my bow's going to jump out of my hand, so you grab it, or my string is going to hit my arm, so you flinch your arm, or you feel that the thing is going to go down, and so you actually like let your hand go forward. And so the goal with archery is to fire in such a way that your motion is natural, and like you don't know when it's going to go off. You don't know when the shot is going to break. And so whichever it is, open loop or closed loop, I think it's open loop, is the best way, because you can't link pre-ignition actions to something you don't know is going to happen. So you can't flinch because you don't know when the shot is going to break, right? Does that make sense? Kind of.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I guess I understand the theory.
So the idea is to shoot in such a way that you can't grab the bow, you can't try to catch the bow, you can't do something accidentally to throw your shot off, because you don't know when the shot's going to break. Like what do you call it? Like instinctive shooters that shoot like boom, and they just release during their draw are not like releasing. They're actually just doing a motion that is the same every time, right? And they don't come, a lot of them don't come to full draw, sit and wait, and then release. They actually like just draw through the shot. And in a way, you're supposed to be doing that with a compound, even though it's got a sight and everything. His son is Bodie Turner. He's like 18 years old and has like more wins. Like he's won the Vegas indoor shoot 2 times or 3 times now in the last 3 years. Like it's ridiculous. But whenever he talks, he kind of reminds me of your dad. Not Bodie, but his dad. A little bit. And I like, when I'm listening to him, I just like grinning and laughing, because I'm like, sounds like Stu talking a little bit. I like it. It's fun. Which means that you wouldn't want to do his course, because you'd be like, guy's just like my dad. I don't know. Jimmy, you'll learn all about this. Joel Turner. Yeah. You'll learn all about this whenever you start
Can't
shooting.
wait.
Just got to get you there and get you in a bow. So, I don't have anything else. I could ramble about
Nice.
archery all night. I've been shooting a lot lately, so just pick a different subject and move on.
I need to.
Or go to bed.
pick the go to bed subject.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to get some stuff set up and shoot all that foam. See how that goes. I still haven't shot it.
Yes.
Jimmy, you don't necessarily maybe know. I can't remember if I told you. I think I sent you a picture of my mattress all cut up. So I cut it up with the intent to fit it in the dumpster. But once I got it cut into quarters, I thought to myself, man, I think Dan would shoot this with a bow.
Yeah.
So then it started raining and it was getting dark. And so I just put it in the barn. So it is not in the dumpster.
I mean, it seems like it would work.
I'm looking forward to seeing what it does.
I have
Because it's like,
hot
it'll
tub
be like
covers.
48 inches of memory foam.
Are you going to
Thick.
stack it all four?
48 inches thick, right?
It's what?
Like 48 inches
Yeah,
thick.
it'll
You
be
have
like
a quarter of a bed, 4 times thick.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. So
Okay.
currently they're cut into essentially like 3 foot by 3 foot chunks, and they're about 12 inches deep.
So here's the question. Are they the right size to fit in your rack you already started building for the carpet? Or did you start building the rack for the
Maybe.
carpet?
Oh, no, I just have the carpet cut up.
Oh, you just have the carpet. So that's what I think. I think we should dedicate like a 4-hour video making session to testing the foam to see how well it stops an arrow by itself.
Mhm.
If it doesn't, building a rack to be able to compress the foam so that you can see how much compression it takes to stop an arrow effectively. And if it leaves weird residues on the foam or not.
Yeah, I'm anticipating it like gumming up the arrow, but maybe it won't.
I think it's going to depend on which type of arrow, but I think it's all stuff that should be tested. I mean,
Yeah.
my hot tub covers, they're like that thick, probably like 5-6 inches thick. And when I put them at like 70 yards, they make a pretty nice backstop for arrows, because at 70 yards, you don't just put 5 arrows in the same hole. And at 70 yards, they don't go through that much hard foam. At least my arrows don't.
Really?
But they are the one carbon arrows that were just like straight carbon, freaking hard to pull out. Like I had to use that rubber gripper and like pull and turn, and then they left white residue on the arrows. And the next time you shot that arrow in, was even harder to get out. It was almost like it burned itself in.
It's like
But
glue.
those the V-Force ones that you got me from Rogers, they've got some kind of coating on them, and they do not pick up. They don't pick up that white
The gunk
like the others. So I do think it's going to be dependent on the type of arrow you use on your bed cushion.
Okay, interesting. Well, I have some of those Rogers ones, and I also have some old, like just straight carbon arrows. So now, do you feel that penetration is different? Like Do the slick arrows penetrate further?
Better. Yeah, they penetrate better.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And they so it also depends, like there's a lot of variables. It also depends on the broad, or not the broadhead, the tip. Because like a tip that's slightly
Sure.
larger than the arrow and very rounded off will crush through the foam without leaving a lot of residue on the arrow. Whereas like a tip
It's
that's
kind of making a channel for the arrow to come.
right, but it also is punching that size hole in the arrow in the target, and it's not
Mhm.
recovering at all. Whereas like a real bullety, like not bullety, like a spear, like those really nice broadheads you have, or not broadheads, field tips. You got some match grade milled field tips.
Yeah.
I bet those things,
Mhm.
I bet those things
They're
just make
gonna
a big
just
enough channel that that arrow is like really hard to pull out.
close
be
this
my-
back. Yeah.
That'd be my guess.
Yep.
But
Well,
it's all worth
we'll have to
testing.
try multiple tips too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could also backstop.
Yep.
By the way, Jimmy, if you ever see a hot tub cover that's laying out and somebody's getting rid of it, I do want, because
That's good stuff.
ultimately I want to cover like a whole wall of a section of my garage wall, so that if I miss the bag target with an arrow while I'm paper tuning or something, I won't punch a hole through my chipboard and then through my metal siding on the outside. It would have to go through chipboard, insulation, metal siding, or sorry, chipboard and then metal siding. So it's not likely, but it
Possible.
could happen. Yeah, it could happen.
You don't really want to find out if your bow will do it.
And I've also thought
You could
it'd be
test that
kinda
out in the
cool-
yard.
It'd be kind of cool to take that foam and make like get one of those hot knife wire deals that cuts the foam, and make like a 3D target out of a hot tub cover,
Styrofoam.
like a deer or something like that out of styrofoam.
Dude, you totally could, and then just buy the insert
Yeah,
and have a legit 3D target.
spray paint it and not spend $300.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
I have a cart full of 3D targets that I want. Guess how much money I have on the cart?
18,000.
Pretty close.
No.
Yeah. Pretty close, meaning you're low.
Just click it. Click it.
So
Buy now.
so here's the thing. When I look at these Reinhardt 3D targets and stuff, and I'm like, it makes it way easier to buy $30 targets at Shields or at Academy. Because I'm like, oh wait, I have 9 targets and I still haven't spent the money of one really good 3D target.
Yeah.
And I can stand in this spot and I can shoot to 9 different distances, and I still haven't spent the cost of one 3D target from Reinhardt for
Dang.
like a full-size deer. I should buy one, but
There was a deer in my driveway this afternoon.
dude,
30 feet from the house.
okay, Jimmy, if you go this week and buy a bow, do you think that you could practice enough between now and September to feel confident to go legit bow hunting?
I mean, I think I could. Will I?
You think
I
you
don't
will?
know, but I certainly could.
Because we should go bow hunting at least one day.
I
least
think
one
it would be
weekend.
fun. It'd be. I want to try it.
Yeah, we should.
I think we
I
should.
would. Yeah, I would love to try that.
So, anyway,
All right.
do we have time for one bow hunting story, or are we done?
Yeah. What are you wanting me to tell one or?
Now I'm going to tell one about you.
Okay, go for it.
So a long time ago in a land far away, Darcy and I used to go bow hunting at up by Cameron, Missouri. And it was before there was a lake on the property. It was before there was a barn or a place to sleep, or there was a barn that we would sleep in. And did you ever sleep in it, Jim, with us? We'd
Yeah,
camp out in the
tied a hammock,
squalor.
up.
No, before that, before there was hammocks, before hammocks got invented, we would hunt.
I was not there before.
Before hammocks, we had like a body panel from like an old Ford tractor that we would put up to keep the wind off of us. And we cooked some of the best deer steaks like ever.
Man.
Am I wrong, Darcy?
Yes.
They were like some of the best deer
The
steaks
best.
ever cooked over a fire
And
in a pit.
I don't know why we haven't done it again.
I don't know. I really don't. You're right. But anyway, so I don't know if it was on that trip because there wasn't, in my mind, there wasn't as much snow on the ground. But we went to a spot where the valley, where currently there's a lake, kind of came together. And I was up on one side, a little bit to the, I would say I was a little to the west. And I was looking across this valley, and it was all just like hedge trees and junk brambles.
I can visualize that.
And black locust, right? So
Cedars.
I don't remember if I was in a tree or if I was on the ground, but there was nothing out there. It was just a big bramble pile. And I know that I was on the other side of like a creek bed type of area, like a runoff, and Darcy was under a tree on the other side. And I could see Darcy, and I might have had some of those little binos like this. And so I could like look around with these little binos, right? Now I'm sitting there, and if I remember right, Darcy hadn't. Have you not, or had you not shot a deer with a bow at the time or ever?
I have not. I have not.
Okay, so that's kind of important to me at this point in our lives. You're like 46 or 47 now, and you got to kill a deer with a bow, bro. But anyway, so we were probably like, you were probably 30 or something at this time. Would you say that's accurate?
Yeah.
So
probably, yeah.
Some teens of years ago. Okay. And I'm sitting there, and Darcy's kind of like he had this little, like a bench that you strapped around a tree, and he was sitting under this hedge tree or something to where he had like a little pocket, and he had probably like a good 30 to 40 yard little wide path. And if a deer came through there, he could just drill it, right? So I'm sitting on the other side, and I'm using my little binos, and I'm looking around, and dude, I see this doe coming down through, and I'm like, oh, dude, this sucker is walking. Like, I'm looking through the binos, and I'm seeing Darcy sitting there with his bow on his lap, just like I can see the deer, I can see Darcy, and Darcy's not moving at all. And I'm like, oh, when this doe gets past him, I am going to watch him smoke this deer. And I am so stoked at the moment. I'm like, dude, there's been 2 times that I've been in this position before. And one time was when my dad was muzzleloader hunting on the last day of muzzleloader season, and it's getting dark, and I see him, boom, fire. And then I see him reloading, and I can, like, across the field, I can see the like sparks going out as he's like like if you want to load fast with a muzzleloader, you can blow down the barrel and get the sparks out. And then you can pour your next powder and you can ram your next load in. Boom. And it's getting darker. And I'm like, dude, what is he doing? He shoots a second time. And then I'm like, I don't really know if I should get down. I'm kind of nervous. And then I see the sparks flying out of it again, and boom. And I'm like, I think he just carries like loaded and 2 more like quick loads with his muzzleloader. And I'm not sure what to do. So then it gets totally dark. I get down out of the tree and I go hiking across there over to his stand. And he's like, man. I was like, were you just like shooting off because it was the last day of muzzleloader season? I thought maybe he was just like unloading his gun and unloading his quick loaders. He's like, no, there was this deer out there and I shot it and it ran and turned and I shot again and it ran and turned and I shot again and I never hit it. And I'm like, oh, bummer. So we're hiking out across this bean field toward our truck and freaking there's the deer laying there. Just right in our path. We weren't even looking for it. So anyway, all that to say, like, that was like kind of an epic thing to experience. And I'm like watching Darcy and he's sitting there and I'm like, he's gonna, as soon as that deer just like gets a little bit more farther, he's gonna just smoke this thing. Cause that deer does not know Darcy is there. And I'm watching through these little binoculars, if I remember right, or I could have just been watching. And Darcy just sits there as still as a cucumber on a vine, just like sitting there. He's just being so still. And I'm like, oh, that deer he must be staying still because that deer is so close. Cause like, it's probably like 5 yards away from Darcy. And I'm just like, oh, dude. And that deer just like keeps moving past him. And then like, I'm like, man, I don't even know if that deer is still in the shooting lane for Darcy. And then he never even flinches. Darcy just sitting there, just like perfectly still. And I'm just like, man, that deer must have been really close to him. Cause like, it was almost like the deer was covering Darcy up to my view whenever it was at the best spot that I could think. And then like nothing, he didn't even move. And then it got dark. And then like, I was like, well, got up and I went over there and I was like, hey, dude, like how close was that deer to you? And he's like, what deer? And I'm like, like right through here, this doe walked like right past you. And he's like, oh, dude, it must have been while I was sleeping.
I'm certain Darcy spends half of his time hunting.
I was like, no freaking way. You could have literally like poked, like I felt like you could have poked that deer with a stick from where you were sitting. Could have just been like, eh. And he slept. And the crazy thing is, like, he was on the ground, right? You were on the ground, like on that little seat.
Yeah.
He was on the ground, and like that deer, I bet, was not 10 yards from him. It was right there, and never.
That must have been back before Darcy snored real loud.
Yeah. I was like, oh man, you got to be kidding me, dude. Like, I was like so jazzed about what I was getting ready to witness. And you just slept through it. Like, you ruined it for me.
That's funny.
Bro.
I had a deer. This was down at camp. I was hiking. You remember sometimes did we have a stand up there ever? Like, if you hike that fence line that goes along the road to
Like to wilderness camp?
No, up toward like if you're there's a trail that runs the ridge from the road all the way back to the climbing wall.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm talking about?
hmm
So if you're headed down the hill from the office and you walk that fence line and then you go up the hill and into the
Past
woods
what's
and
now the
there's
like rodeo area, and then up that hill.
yes.
Yeah.
hmm
I've never
I
been in a
was
stand up there. No. I've never
I
seen a
don't
stand
think
up there.
we ever had one up there,
But it's a
but I
cool
was
hill.
going back in there to hunt
hmm
and I was 2/3 of the way up that trail, like toward the woods. So I was still just in the pasture and I saw a few deer across the road in that pasture where back then Jody had cows.
hmm
And so, and they were coming towards me. And there's a big old cedar tree or pine tree just out there. And so I just kind of like nestled myself back into this cedar tree and stood there and watched these deer. And it was a doe and a couple, yearlings.
Yeah.
And they came straight towards me, jumped the barbed wire on the other side of the road, walked across the road, jumped the barbed wire on my side, and I drew. And I stood there, and that deer was freaking, I don't know, 10 feet away from me. And I didn't shoot.
Why didn't you shoot?
And she just, I don't know. I'm a not shooter guy sometimes.
Okay.
And I just held a draw for, I don't know, 10 minutes,
Whoa.
maybe only 5. I don't know. It felt like a long old time. Because then at that point, at some point when I didn't decide to shoot her, then I decided not to spook her.
Mhm.
So then I didn't even want to let off. So I just stood there, and she stood there. She'd look at me. She'd eat some grass, and then she walked away. And I was like,
Boy, if I could have only shot her. Man.
it was probably, I mean, here's what I do in those scenarios sometimes. Not counting when I'm asleep.
Not counting yourself.
I can't speak to those scenarios.
Right.
The
That'd
thought
be
process or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think I did this. I didn't shoot a deer last year, right? No, I did not shoot a deer last year.
Did any of y'all? Because I ended up hunting with the boys last year.
I think it was Ellett was the only one.
Yeah, that's right. But Saturday morning, I saw all of the deer.
You just
But
didn't shoot.
I look at a deer and I'm like, it's Saturday morning. It's the first deer I've seen. I'm not going to shoot that one. And sometimes and I'll do that. Like, so that could have been what it was, is like, I'm on my way into the woods.
Right.
If I shoot this gal,
That's
then
it.
what?
I'm done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I'm not going hunting. I'm just, yeah. Well, I did opening morning. I passed on a doe and fawn this last year, and didn't see another deer the whole time.
That's
I did
what
not.
that's what
I
this
did not
last year was for
see
me.
another
I
deer.
saw 10 of them maybe Saturday morning, and then didn't see
Mhm.
anything else the whole rest of the weekend.
Yeah. I
Some of that
My
could be
dad and I,
sleeping, but we're not really sure.
What's that?
my dad,
I said some of that could be due to you sleeping, but we don't really know.
don't really
Yeah,
know
yeah.
that for sure.
Yeah, I can't guarantee that there weren't any more deer that came by. I just didn't see anymore.
Right. So before there were trail cams, my dad and I, when we would hike down to where we were going to hunt, we would take a string and we would actually put a string up over a trail where we knew deer trafficked. And like if you put the string up the night before and you came back in the morning, deer had been through there, and you'd put the string back up. And then when you hiked out, you would see if the string had been knocked down again by the deer. I don't know how, valid that is, but we were standing at the string one time and at one of the trails, and we look over and there's a doe standing like 10 yards away. She's just standing broadside. And Dad's like, okay, wait, we're just standing there. We're just standing there. And she kept feeding and kept walking and did the same thing. She walked off. We spent like probably 20 minutes of our hunt standing there looking at this deer that was, wandering through the woods. And then we started walking back to our stands. And then when we came out, Dad goes, why didn't we shoot that deer that was standing there when we walked in? And I was like, I don't know.
You're
Same.
like, I don't know. I didn't, because you were like,
Yeah. Like, whoa, don't move. But like, why didn't we? Like, I don't know. We just, same thing. Like, after the fact, you're like, oh, well, that would like ruin our hunt. But like, if you were a Western hunter and you got within 10 yards of a mule deer or something, you'd smoke it, because that's like the best day ever. I don't know. But
It's always fun when they're right there.
yeah.
They don't see you.
Yeah, you've got a lot more videos of deer on opening morning than you have deer on opening morning, Darcy. Like a lot.
So many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You often have videoed nicer deer than you ended up shooting. Like that's like
Yeah.
a regular occurrence.
All except for like one time. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think all except for once.
All of them.
Well. All right, Jimmy, you said like 20 minutes ago you need to go to bed.
I do need to
I
go to
probably
bed.
need
I'm
to go to
tired.
bed.
Lots
Yeah,
of work.
let's call it.
All right. Not your average guys.
Signing off.
Signing off. Peace.